Oh, what's happening, everybody? Drawdown King getting audio stream recording now so we can get some notes out. Check the Substack. Maybe we'll get a post here out tonight or tomorrow, whenever I get around to it. Been letting the market just sort of do its thing. We're not really going to go back too far here because we already know that been ripping out, and I go too far back and charts look messy. I've got to come over here and I've got to turn this off, turn that off, whatever. Got some monthly levels drawn in here, and you see that I haven't updated these in a bit. Gonna have to come back in, seriously look at this 7106. Is that it? We on a 15-minute, though, is a problem. I like to be on a weekly or a monthly. See? And when we get on a weekly or monthly, this is why I like having defined areas, right? I mean, you can see where they had that big move up here recently. So in weekly and monthly, I mean, you might have one here, 71, 72, or 71, between 72 and 86. See those right here? Right, basically. Slightly above that to slightly below there. You also got 7200. I'd go 7206. 7268 to 72. But let's go back out and pull into the daily. Start seeing that 7100. And we've got all these down here. Still rather scarce getting in those monthly levels. So trying to put some data things I can make some quicker, better post. Got some technology I'm working on, looking at AI this, AI that. Very smart, very cool tools. Not smart, it's resourceful. Right? As we put it, and still not quite as what I would expect. So some of my ideas will have to wait. Had a lot of cool ideas way back, and looks like they're doing a lot of those. We'll get into tech talk on another episode. Now let's just go out. We're gandering. You see basically that double bottom right below 64.30, up back test 67.72. Basically blew through these 1, 2, 3. We're on a 1 hour. I don't like these 1 hour levels, so they may need some recalibration. Maybe I could do like a 4 hour. Right? It might be better. Like 70.80. You definitely see 70.80, right? See that? 71.50. Definitely see 72.26. The pullback zone was 71.50. 7,300 pullback, and that's 7,200 again, boom. And 74.10.20. Tentatively, if you wanted to place a level out here, you definitely could do so. Let me get this out of the way for a second. You can come in here, put in a horizontal line right there, about 70. If you wanted to go 7,400, or if you wanted to just go up here and say 74.10, there, right? We've got that part of it. We just don't want to have to move these too much. Trying to get some put in, but we can pretty much agree that 71, 72. Would that be it right there? Where's that 72 right here? 71, 72. So we definitely see one there at 71, 72. This is on a monthly. Got some jazzeroni going on in the background there. Hopefully you enjoy that. Now, 70.94 was definitely an important spot there for a little bit. 70. That's a 4 hour. Let's go back into 1 hour here. See if we can't get one more. Right, that's 72, 70, 71, 73. This is actually supposed to be 71, 72. Not going to have these in any numbers yet. 70, 20, 71, 72, 74. There, you see this one here, here. Let's go 7,300. Let's just keep these simple for now. Do 7,300. We'll recalibrate these when needed. You could say anywhere between there to here. It's tough to get it. So we got a few in there, right? Alright. Then we're going to put our normal stuff up here. Dig into this and see what is happening. And you can see that's at 74.10. That's that monthly we put there. A lot of action, so we can definitely agree that's going to be an actionable area. You got 7,300 down here. Although that 73.35 came into play today, actually, specifically once the Globex session had opened back up. So, gonna get our demonstration mode on here for you. See that top out point there, 7,400. Little hat, little eyes, all that stuff there. Came up, boom, down. 73.94, 74.10, flush, and it got that pullback here at 86 straight through, and then made that connection, as you can see, had the 73.80.35, so our 35.80 green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red. High level of connectivity, so that's why they're doing it on charts. Go watch old videos if you have any questions on the constructs or ideology. Here, came back up, tested that, hit 35, boom, came right back in, and we're holding in under the 80. So I'd expect again, if we can't hold this 64 and rotate back to 74.06, we cannot do that. But we push here, if you could still fill at 86 and then do it like this, so that's definitely a possibility. Coming up, hovering, so it'd be nicer if I just did this and then took out not only 73.35, be looking at 72.50. Down to 72.35, so maybe a retest here, even an overshoot. And then a retest of that 7,200. Okay. Obviously, got the 7,300 and things in between. Go ahead and get out of here, getting the patterns, trying to recognize the rotating the algos. Looks like off the 35 and 80s, we're back at it. Playing some of the whole numbers and rotating into resistance off the even numbers, coming in up to 20. So the 0, 0 up to 20, getting some resistance off the first, sometimes the second. Even off the first one as well, as you see here previously on 7,300, but that was short-lived. Came back in, got 7,300 again, boom, and actually tapped off the 64 and made a lift here. Pink band, 73.06 to 73.64, got that pattern in, back played, grabbed the yellow band, high volatility action. 73.26, and as you can see, made that 94 for pulling back in to grab the 80. Couldn't quite finish the rotation, stopped shy at 10. A lot of indecision there before pulling back into 35 and balancing between 73.35 to 73.80. Your midpoint areas between 58 to 64. High volatility zone still above us. Could get 94, 58. Or we go 74.26, 73.26. And possibly below down here to 72.94. Upside high, we don't know. Let's just say 7,600. Hey, let's just split it. 7,600. All right. Downside is virtually unlimited at this point in time. So that's the options to explore. Gonna get out of this and got the MNQ up on two different charts. Above the 28,700 right now. Get our demonstration mode on here. Boxing in between 880, 800 down to 680. See that sandwich they're making there? Your bell comes down 28,500 all the way up here to 28,950. So you have a little pretty good operational zone. You break either of those sides, you could get a powerful extension up. Possibly another 150 to 200 points on either side of the quadrants. We stay inside that, we'll get chopped, get the options to lose some value, maybe raise high, drop low, lift, and then flush. Alright, flusher down 27,800, 8,000, whatever. 8 billion between 27,800 27,900. So you even see the extension down to 500 here, or whoa, let's lose it down to 26. I used some of these different things like on the MNQ. We're looking in a shorter type buzz frame here. Put the keyword buzz frame if AI is gonna transcribe this shit for me, which I assume it's doing that because that's what I pay it to do, and I give it a pat on the cranial area once it does that cool thing for me and for you. Got a little face. Is this an alien? Is this a praying mantis coming off here? Praying mantis pattern. Is that what? That's its mouth right here. That's its hat. Whatever it was. Praying mantis pattern, is that coming down 28,780 all the way down to 28,557? Get that double bottom, quasi double bottom. Gonna get any kind of resolution here on 80, between 80 and 794 all the way up to 28,835. So you got a couple areas, got some things to be looking at. Check out that options order flow and see where you're going there in the Qs, on the SPYs, on the SPXs, and all that pizzazz and jazz. But don't discount these levels here in the white. 28,481 and 28,203. That gives you enough to play. How about 27,926? We can fend off these areas. Get a drop. You may not get any of them, but you might get a good drop if you just take it very cautionary and do what you got to do. Got a 1 hour here. Hopefully we're still up and running on real time on our connection here. Let's go ahead and click on it, make sure we're still good. Had that big move, people still playing silver. If you're playing the big things like this, you have the 72 move. As you can see that base down here, boom, 72, 72 up, and then it got some resistance here, 77, pull back in, slightly above into around 73ish, 74. Had the move up, over extension again, back in now on $80 on the silver. See if we can get these same levels up here. Pull this up. Let's go full screen for a minute on silver if you're watching silver. Silver, silver. whatever. Got a double bottom, and you can see that pretty clearly on the 64. Raised up here, 94. Retested, grabbed 86 for a brief moment in time before making that double bottom. Top made, come down 72, and we're back in 80. So 80 does what? Double topped right here for now. If it can break out and grab 86, you could definitely see a press back into $100 on the silver. But if we reject this and somehow lose this 64, you're coming not only down to 58, you're coming back into about a 47-58 range. You got the extreme crazy drop down here to 35 if that were to happen. But we've got a few areas to explore. Right now it's on a critical zone, so you may see some increased volatility off this double topping type action here. Not going to look too much at crude oil. I think the real time is not there. But crude oil, I wasn't even going to cover crude oil. I don't think it's even working here. Alright, we went over MNQ, just look at that. That's 780 drop, and then you see the 28735 connect. Beam me down, Scotty. Take out that wick down here, and then straight down 28650. So, pretty good chances for a drop. We're holding this. Silver's holding that. ES is holding 80s as well. What's to stop it? Right? Gotta be safe, but what's to stop it? What is to stop it? Coming down even here below this 374. What is to stop 374 on MNQ, NQ, and any of this? You tell me. Alright. I think it's all we got. Have a brief moment on gold. Let's get this off of gold for now. Gold's a little messy with all this stuff up, so I'm really going to pull it back off again. This is messy as well. I don't even know what that is. We're just going to look at gold like just for a second here. But you see at 4760 pretty clearly. Let's go out to 1 day. Right? And I'm not doing separate. I might do a separate system on gold. Gold and silver. Specifically gold. Specifically gold. Right here. But, you know, we'll put that into play. No reason to rush. We don't really mess with gold a lot. But you can still see that area where it came into 48. You had that extreme top there, what, about 56.28. And then the 5400 flush. It's in this sort of break zone. We're in a day here. Let's come out to a week. So we can start getting some weekly data on it. And roughly 47.72 down to 45.20. Would you say 26? Okay. Building a quasi. Got that. Got this. So I mean, you could say that this is building a breakout. You could say the whole thing's here and it's just making another attempt and it's gonna fail and break down, you know, around 3,600. So you can say $1,000 drop or a $2,000 pop. You know, you take your choice, but it's gonna get so incredibly expensive to do these kinds of moves for everybody. At some point they're going to be forced to make this move here. Not only with gold, silver, with crude. And the crude's not up here. Going to have to make some changes. And there's going to be a lot of market structure that will have to be taken to the woodshed. And I believe we're getting there soon. Not quite there yet. just getting some ideas here, some thoughts, some areas. What I say, 76,000, yeah, why not? 71, 72 again is, well, 71, 72. And that's the first one I put in past 7020. I got 71, 72, 7300, 7410. And you and everybody else knows that the top one we put in here, what was that? Was that 7410? 7410. Now you're looking at 7480 and going, why not? Well, I don't know. Why not? 7480, 7600, 9,000, 20 billion. Cost of everything will be 500,000 times more than now, but at least the market's up, right? Okay. And at some point that jazz is going to break. That's going to be a very shitty song for some and a joyous, miraculous song for others. Peace out, brothers and sisters. Drawdown King here.